In the next 9 minutes, we are going behind the curtain of the most successful investment career in history. We aren't just looking at the billions, we are looking at the why. We will start by uncovering how a childhood selling Coca-Cola during the Great Depression forged a mind that is literally crash-proof. Then, we will break down the 3 non-negotiable rules of wealth: the margin of safety, the circle of competence, and the brutal power of no. Finally, we'll see how a $3 breakfast is the ultimate secret to a $1 trillion legacy. If you've ever wondered how to turn discipline into a fortune, your roadmap starts now. Warren Buffett is a man who could buy a private island every single day of the year and still have money left over for his grandchildren's grandchildren. Yet, if you were to stand at a specific McDonald's drive-thru in Omaha, Nebraska at exactly 7:15 a.m., you'd see a white Cadillac pull up to the window. Inside is the 10th richest man on the planet. He isn't there to look humble. He is there because he is hungry and ordering a breakfast that costs less than a gallon of gas. He reaches into his cup holder and pulls out exactly $2.61, $2.95, or $3.17. This is not a quirk. This is a cold, calculated financial decision. If the stock market is down, he feels a little less wealthy, so he skips the bacon. If the market is up, he splurges. Most people laugh at this. They think, "Warren, you have billions. Why does a dollar matter?" But you see, Warren Buffett doesn't see a dollar as a dollar. He sees a dollar as a soldier. And you never, ever send your soldiers into a battle they can't win. This is the story of Warren Buffett. And today, we are breaking down the simple, almost boring rules that made him one of the richest men alive. But pay attention, because Buffett's #1 rule might completely change how you think about money. To understand this discipline, we have to travel back to 1930, the Great Depression, a time when the American dream looked more like a nightmare. A 6-year-old Warren Buffett didn't have the luxury of a childhood. He saw his father lose his job. He saw the fear in his neighbors' eyes. But instead of retreating, Warren went to work. He walked to the local grocery store and bought a 6-pack of Coca-Cola for 25 cents. He didn't drink them, he didn't share them, he walked door to door in the summer heat and sold each bottle for 5 cents. In a world where men were jumping off buildings because they lost their fortunes, a 6-year-old boy was securing a 20% profit. He realized that even in the darkest depression, people still want a cold soda. And if you can be the one to provide it, you can survive anything. This is the seed philosophy that built Berkshire Hathaway. Imagine you have a single apple seed in your hand. You have 2 choices. You can eat it, though it's bitter and small, and it's gone forever. Or you can bury it. You can water it. You can protect it for 10 years. Eventually, you don't just have a seed. You have a tree that produces thousands of seeds every year. When Buffett buys a $3 breakfast, he knows he is eating a seed that, if planted, would be worth $350 in the future. He isn't being cheap. He is being a guardian of his future empire. Rule number 1, the margin of safety. This is the bridge that spans the gap between a gambler and an investor. Think about a bridge. If a structural engineer says the bridge can hold 10,000 pounds, Buffett will only drive an 8,000-pound truck across it. Why? Because maybe the engineer was wrong. Maybe it rains. Maybe there's an earthquake. That 2,000-pound gap is the margin of safety. He does this with every stock. If a company is worth $1 billion, he waits until the market panics and tries to sell it for $700 million. He doesn't want to be right. He wants to be safe from the unknown. Rule number 2, stay in your circle of competence. During the late 90s, the world went crazy for tech. Pets.com, Webvan, companies with no profits and high stock prices. Wall Street called Buffett a dinosaur because he wouldn't buy them. He said, "I don't understand how they make money, so I won't play." He stayed inside his circle: insurance, bricks, carpet, and soda. When the bubble burst and trillions of dollars vanished, Buffett was the only one left with cash in his pockets. It turns out, being a dinosaur is a great way to avoid extinction. Rule number 3, the power of no. Most people think success is about doing 100 things right. Buffett knows success is about doing 5 things right and saying no to the other 95. He uses the punch card philosophy. Imagine you could only make 20 investments in your entire lifetime. You wouldn't jump at every hot tip from a neighbor. You would wait. You would study. You would say no until the perfect opportunity was staring you in the face. The secret to wealth isn't action. It's the discipline of waiting. Buffett often talks about the inner scorecard. Most people live by an outer scorecard. They want the world to see them as successful. They want the flashy car, the designer suit, the expensive breakfast to show off on social media. But Warren, he lives by the inner scorecard. He doesn't care if the world thinks he's a cheap old man in a Cadillac. He cares if he followed his rules. He cares if he stayed true to the boy selling Cokes in the 1930s. So when you look at that $3 McDonald's meal, don't just see a burger. See a man who refused to let his wealth change his soul. See a man who realized that true freedom isn't the ability to buy anything. It's the discipline to need almost nothing. Wealth is a tool, but discipline is the craftsman. As we close this chapter, look at your own life. Are you planting seeds, or are you eating them? Are you building a bridge with a margin of safety, or are you driving toward a collapse? The boy from Omaha didn't become a billionaire by accident. He became a billionaire because he never forgot the value of a nickel. What is your legacy worth to you?
Buffett's boring breakfast is just the beginning. The world of the ultra-wealthy is built on secrets that sound crazy until you see the results. If you want to know how other icons built their empires, you cannot afford to stop here. We are just getting started. Keep watching to discover the next billionaire's secret recipe. From Jeff Bezos' day one obsession to the ruthless focus of Elon Musk, we are decoding them all, one by one. Thanks for watching. The next recipe is waiting for you.